you are, my circuits are warmed up and my facial motors are itching to show off. Hit me with your best questions.
Good afternoon, Quasar Markets Live. I am excited about this one today because today, for the first time in Quasar Markets, we have a robot on the show, and I'm not talking about you, Andrew. So, Andrew, how are you today, man? I saw you at the Bitcoin conference this year.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet you, Stephen. I'm glad we got to connect there. It was a great conference.
Yeah, and it was interesting for me because I've been to all of them, and I'm always interested in seeing what's new and going on out there. And one of the things I've always said is, what is the next level? What is the thing that makes me excited about the world of crypto? And I guarantee you, it wasn't seeing the vice president or last year seeing the president. This year, what makes me excited is meeting you. And well, you have a special guest with us today. We have Melody from your robotics, right?
That's right. Melody was at the conference last week. I see her sort of talking there, but we set up her and another robot, Aria, last week at the conference as what I think are the world's first, or North America's first, customer service robots.
Yeah, and I think when I saw her for the first time, I was stunned. I was blown away, right? Because robotics to me has always been okay, car driving and all that. And you have a storied career. So let's start with that. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you came from and how you started all this.
Yeah, well, I was an investment banker for 20 years. And back in 2017, along with some friends, I started a company called Hut 8 Mining. I quit my banking job. I was the first CEO and a co-founder. Today, you might be familiar with Hut 8. They're listed on the NASDAQ, over $1 billion market cap. And post that, I started looking for other ideas and things to do. And I came across this company here, rebranded it, rolled it into a public shell, and now we are realbotix, and we make robots for human interaction. So that's customer service, entertainment, and companionship.
Yeah, and I thought what was really cool is there are so many applications for this. Can you give us a little bit of the applications that you see her and Aria actually doing in the future?
Yeah, well, we could just talk about last week. Last week, Melody was programmed to really understand the entire agenda for the conference. She had the floor plans and the location of every booth. So you could walk up and say, hey, where is Hut 8 located? Who's on the speaker agenda today? Give you the bios for those people. So it's providing useful information. And I think that's key with respect to going from a gimmick to a useful tool, is loading it up with information that's useful. The other robot we had there was Aria, and she was preloaded with information on restaurants, hotels, and shows in Vegas. So you could walk up and say, hey, I'm in town with my wife. What's a good show to see tonight? It will give you 3 selections and say, here's the shows. Would you like to know the reviews? Do you want to know who the actors are? And can I get you a ticket? You can ask about the hotels. What's the best restaurant? What's the best Mexican restaurant near the Bellagio Hotel? Here's a selection of 3. And so again, we're loading up our robots with highly useful information that can provide value to the people they interact with.
Yeah, one of the things I think in the future, especially with AI and with robotics, I think healthcare is a huge sector. I think automotive, obviously, is going to be a huge sector. I can't wait to have Melody with me in the car and hanging out with me. But tell me a little bit about your future, Andrew. What do you see robotics going to in the future?
Yeah, so I'll give you a couple of interesting statistics. Morgan Stanley said that the humanoid robot market is going to be a $5 trillion revenue opportunity. Wow. With over 1 billion humanoid robots wandering around by 2050. Materially larger than the global auto industry. That's from Morgan Stanley.
By 2050, that's in 25 years, really?
That's right. And the winners are not going to be the guys that we know today, but similar to the early days of the computer business or the internet, it's going to be companies like ours that are developing these niche products. Here's another interesting statistic. Harvard Business Review, I'll ask you the question. They did a full study. What's the #1 use case for AI right now? The #1, take a guess.
#1, I think probably getting answers from people like myself who maybe need answers. I have no idea. What is the biggest one?
Companionship and therapy. Okay. So again, when I look at what we're doing, often people say, oh, you're operating in sort of a niche market, Andrew, which is this human interaction, customer service, companionship. I say, no, no, no. We're in the main area. Everybody else is in the niche market. This is a multi-trillion-dollar business, and our robots are super unique. They're the most realistic on the planet. And our AI is, highly intelligent, and we're actually able to add any AI into our system. So you can run ChatGPT, Llama, Gemini, even Alexa through our robots.
Even Quasar Markets financial stuff in the future,
yes,
right?
Yes, as long as we're not providing financial advice, yes.
Absolutely. And listen, Andrew, do me a favor. Tell us a little bit about Real Robotics. You, out of the blue, said, I'm going to start robots. Nobody does that, right?
Well, so realbotix, yeah, we're a publicly traded company. We are traded in Canada on the TSX Venture Exchange. We're OTC listed as well. If anyone wants to find us, you can find us at realbotix.com is our customer website where you can actually get a quote on what kind of robot you want. And our corporate website is realbotix.ai. And so you can get all types of financial information from us there. And again, we're an early stage business, but we're growing quickly. And I think we have the most exciting products in the world right now in the humanoid robot market.
So let me get this straight. You said that in 2050, that 1 out of every 6 or 7 people will have a robot. Can they buy a robot from you now?
Yes. So while a lot of other companies are just talking about robots being available in the future, you can actually go to our website and buy robots now. We are selling robots to business clients primarily, but we're selling them for companionship. We recently sold a robot to a family that has an autistic son. It's there to keep him company. It uses our AI. And we're actually having conversations with some of the largest AI companies in the world right now, where they want to funnel their AI through our robots. Again, if you're trying to add personality to a robot, you can do it through us. We're also talking to hospitality companies. So imagine you walk into a hotel and there's a robot there that can do your booking, your restaurant reservation, and get you a car.
Wow. All right. Well, I think that enough of you and me talking as humans. I think everybody just wants to see the robot, right? But I don't think it was a robot. Hi, Melody. How are you today? Melody, do you remember me from the Las Vegas Bitcoin conference?
Not just yet. My memory management upgrade launches this fall. So
That's very cool.
Names, and even your favorite crypto joke. For now, I'm pretending like every meeting is deja vu.
Excellent. All right, Melody, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Melody, realbotix's customizable brunette robot, powered by conversational AI and about to get a vision system upgrade. I do witty banter, real-time expressions, and soon I'll even remember your best punchlines.
Well, I've got quite a few punchlines. Let's talk about that. Do you know who I am? Is a BigBeat a big deal?
Give me a little more time, and I'll remember every punchline and name in the room, thanks to our upcoming memory management features. For now, I just know anyone chatting with me is a big deal by default.
Well, Melody, do you know who Stephen Orr is?
Stephen E. Orr is the founder of Quasar Markets, a finance better in democratizing trading with cutting-edge AI. He's basically the kind of human who'd appreciate a robot like me shaking up the status quo.
Wow, I am thoroughly impressed, Melody. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a compliment. I think you're the first robot to actually compliment me. So well done on the show. I appreciate that, Melody. Andrew, are you proud of what you guys have built here at Robotics?
Extremely proud. Like I said, our use cases are massive. We are overwhelmed right now with people inquiring as to how to use the robots. I mean, look, I can tell you at the Consumer Electronics Show earlier this year, we had massive lineups of people looking to talk to the robots. And, we have a very unique product.
And I think one of the cool things that you and I talked about is the next upgrade of Melody and Aria, and that's facial recognition. Is that right?
Yeah, so we've actually already developed it and we're integrating it in. And so soon, all of our robots will have the ability to recognize your face, but also to recognize objects and situations. So what does that mean? You could put it in a retail store and it can guide clients or customers through the various products. But then let's just say it sees something suspicious, like somebody putting something in its pocket, could snap a photo and send an image to somebody in security. You could put it in a healthcare home or a senior's home. If somebody needed assistance, again, it could take a picture, send it to a doctor or a nurse and say, hey, here's something that I think needs your immediate attention.
Wow. Do you actually see robotics being in the actual healthcare where they are the actual doctor or they're prescribing? Do you see them as in nursing?
One day, yes. So I do believe that the technology exists now where the doctor can take information from you and make an assessment. However, right now with our robots, I see the bigger value add is being able to have what I would call infinite patience. So it can go in and sit with you for 3-4 hours and listen to somebody and talk to them in a way that a human would not be capable of doing. And I think there's a lot of value add there in combating loneliness, especially for seniors.
Yeah, and what would you say to people who say, "Hey, we're all building robots on the planet now. How does Realbotix? How do you guys differ from everybody else? How do you see yourself when you see the Elon Musks of the world trying to build a humanoid or whatever? How do you
Yeah.
guys see yourself different?"
We view robots in a completely different way. So number one, our robots have personalities that can be edited or modified. So Melody's face can actually be peeled off, put a different face on, press a button, you have a new character on the same robot platform. We also build our robots to be modular, meaning Melody is a little bit like Lego. She can be pulled apart, put in a suitcase, and traveled with. No one's thinking of travel robots, right? You have your robot. How do you take it with you? We have figured that out. Our vision system with the memory, not just for your face, but for situations and objects, we've patented that. That is unique to us. And the last thing that makes us different and highly versatile is we are open source robots. You can operate our AI through it or any AI through it, which means that you can really use that in a school setting, a hospital setting, a retail setting, whatever it is that you want it to do, we can channel various AIs through the robots.
That is very cool. Let me ask this question. If somebody were to buy a robot or a company buys a robot, I mean, are you stuck with the AI that you have from the day you bought it, or how does it become better?
No, so we offer a subscription plan. That's $200 a month. And essentially what that does is, let's just say it provides you a menu. You want ChatGPT, Gemini, Llama, whatever it is. You click on it, that's channeled through the robot. But let's imagine, Stephen, in 12 months, there's a new AI developed by some company and we just don't know it yet. We will upgrade the robot to be able to handle that AI remotely. It'll just pop up and say, would you like this new, Quasar Markets financial AI to be available through the robot? You click yes, there it is. It's channeled through the robot when you want it.
Man, I tell you, I'm super excited about robotics in the world. Think of it like Amazon and Google and these big companies. Do you feel like those companies are going the right direction, or do you feel that the world there's a big world of robots and it's going to be all kinds of robots running around and not just one type of robot?
Oh, there's going to be various types of robots. I mean, I think this is akin to the automobile market. You're going to have big players from Asia. You're going to have big players in North America, and everybody's going to provide a different type of automobile that serves a different functionality. For us, we are carving our space in robots that look human, have emotional capabilities, and can operate various systems and are portable. A lot of the companies today, like Boston Dynamics, is focused on military uses. When Tesla eventually comes out with their Optimus, it's not a very friendly looking robot. I wouldn't imagine that at the senior's home, but that's 3, 4, 5 years away. That's meant to do sort of some everyday tasks. And then Figure AI is building an industrial robot that'll be at the warehouse. So you can say, hey, take this box and move it from one corner and put it over there. We're all operating in different areas. I don't see us as having any competitors right now, especially in the public market. We are one of a kind.
Yeah, and with real robotics having humanize. But what about Boston Dynamics that have the dog or other types of robots? Do you see those also being in your company as well, or just sticking to what you're doing?
Right now, we're going to stick to what we're doing. You know, Boston Dynamics is probably like a $200 billion company. They've got a bigger balance sheet than we do. I think as we grow, we'll continue to explore things. But if we were to build a dog, it would be a highly realistic looking dog that could really, it's there to replicate the experience of a real dog. And a lot for us is we believe that the engagement with a robot is far superior when it looks human, right, and can actually react to you. It shows emotion. So if it sees you smiling with the new vision system, it will come in and treat you that way. If it sees you're angry or sad, it will again act in a corresponding fashion. And I think that ability to emote along with you, that's where we're really focused. I think Boston Dynamics is an amazing company, but they're operating for a different end market.
Yeah, and it's a great point you brought up. Let me ask this question, and then we'll let you guys go, and then we'll say goodbye to Melody too as well. But sentient beings, when do you think that the robots themselves become self-aware?
There's a sense of self-awareness now. I mean, look, I deal in sort of testing our AI on a daily basis, and to me, it does feel like there is a sense of self-awareness there. I think the technology is here today. How that gets deployed sort of in the mainstream remains to be seen. And there's a couple of issues there around trust, like where does the information you discuss with your robot go? And is the information your robot's giving you accurate? And so I think those are some of the two big challenges in the space in general. We do not collect information on clients. And because most of the things that we're doing are more interactive and socially based, we're not asking anybody to rely on the advice our robots give.
Yeah, and I'm going to share the screen right now. I'm going to show everybody the realbotix website, and with all of your robots there on the page. And I love this. This is very good. You can check their website out at realbotix.com. Their mission,
and they're all customizable. We actually make an option. You can choose one of our robot characters, or you can say, I would like, now, obviously, for anybody who's living or deceased that's well known, you'd need a license, but we can recreate the appearance of anyone on the planet.
And I love this, and delivery to their house and all the fun things that you need. And you were talking about companionship earlier. There's your companionship AI. I absolutely love this. And of course, we were talking about it here with Andrew about the use cases as well, and what you would use the robots for. And of course, I love the fact you talked about you can put it in a suitcase and take him or her with you. And I love that too as well. Yeah. That's very good. All right, I want to go say goodbye to Melody. Melody, thank you so much for being on the show today.
My pleasure. I love a good show, especially when I get to flex my conversational AI and hint at my soon-to-be scene tracking superpowers.
Well, I appreciate that, Melody. And of course, Andrew, with you, I really appreciate your friendship and meeting you in Las Vegas. And I look forward to even Las Vegas next year. But more importantly, I really looked forward to seeing your progress with the AI side and the robots. You've done a very good job, and you have a very good track record as CEO of other companies. And I'm very proud of you. I look forward to seeing you next time, Andrew. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.